Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the stock market show. Okay, I'm kidding. Welcome back to the stock market show. This is your host Shades. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's read some comments before we even jump into what's going on here. We know that the CEO opened his big mouth. Look, had to run his damn mouth. Quantum computing in 30 years is a joke. Lost all respect for the CEO of Nvidia. Clearly, people agree. So as you can see, the people are very upset with the CEO of Nvidia. Like, why didn't you just shut up? It happened, and these stocks are down 50% or more. So let's go over the comments here. You can't time the market bounce back tomorrow. Smart. We'll see if we get that bounce back because right now everything's still red. Thank you, Shades. Buy more. Now it's falling to 15.4, 14. People were keeping track of it. It's sitting at what, 10? Should be at 10. I'd be shocked if it doesn't hold 10. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if it holds 10. People like those big round numbers. So 10 should hold for now. We'll see if it continues to hold. I wouldn't buy just yet. We need to see, you know, recovery here. It could still continue lower, guys. Don't get overconfident. We could see small days of 5 to 10% rebounds. Yeah, I'd be careful about buying right now, for sure. Yeah, he understands the game. I'm going to wait until it starts to go up a little bit before I buy more. Yeah, wait, because you never know. Right now, selling pressure. It looks like maybe it's over, but then it continues, right? You buy the dip and it keeps on dipping. Best way to avoid that is just to be patient. Be patient. Let's see buyers step in. If buyers are going to hold the line at $10, then that's great. But for now, let's wait. Let's wait. Okay, so no one is concerned about the market crash. Yeah, Nvidia crashed, and then quantum computing stocks crashed after. That's what's funny. You are something else. I watched you. I'm glad I watched your video yesterday. Thank you, my man. 100% joining your Patreon today. Shade saved a lot of lives for sure. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of messages telling me like, I'm glad I watched your channel because I would have bought in at the top. I would have bought in and I'd be down like 40, 50, or 60%. So shout out to you guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. This is what we're about on this channel. Number one, transparency. Number two, exercising patience and discipline to buy when it gets cheap. That's why I wasn't buying it. I told you guys, look, there's a lot of uncertainty right now with quantum computing. We're kind of going sideways. We need to go higher, and we weren't doing that. We weren't doing that, unfortunately. So let's look at the charts. Yeah, we weren't doing that. Look at this. It was struggling to get above $20. It would tease it and then come right back down. Tease it and then come right back down. So that's why I was saying, like, guys, I'm not buying this. Like, there's too much uncertainty, and I said that. I used those words. I'm like, there's too much uncertainty right now. I think the quantum ETF as well. I was like, this one's going sideways. You know, it's not really going. Like we've been going sideways since it hit a high of 80, no 90. We've essentially been trading within a range. I'm like, we're going sideways. Too much uncertainty. Let's wait to see what the market's gonna do. Are we gonna actually go to new highs, or are we gonna, is the bull market gonna continue for quantum computing, or are we gonna go lower? Well, we went lower, and as you can see, and I think I mentioned this last time. I'm like, I'm indecisive about whether I want to buy RGTI or get exposure to the quantum computing sector via the ETF. And as you can see, if you bought the ETF, you're only down 4.65%. Right? So that's just something to think about. The risk to reward ratio. You'll get more reward from picking the stock, but on the downside of that, when quantum computing sector takes a hit, you lose less, right? So anyone holding the ETF over the actual specific stocks here, like IonQ and RGTI, you're you're probably not even like, you're probably like, oh, I'm only down 4%, woohoo. Like, you're probably not even concerned. Whereas if you're holding RGTI Ion Q, which, like I said, those are the best ones. I mean, even QBTS, ouch, like these really tanked. But we know the best ones are Ion Q and RGTI because of their partnerships with Amazon, Azure. So we know they're the best ones, and even then they dropped nearly 50%. So that's just something to keep in mind, whether you want to pick a stock or the ETF. But I like RGTI. I like Rigetti here. Nah, I don't. I have to wait. Let's wait. Let's see if $10 holds. Because if it doesn't, uh, we can still drop to like 7 to 750. That would be, yeah. Because this is the line in the sand. I even drew it here. I'm like, this is the line in the sand. If that does not hold, we're coming on down lower. So look for $10. If not, we're going to 6 to 8 next. And as you can see, the cross under on the MACD did occur. And surprise, surprise, no one should be surprised that the cross under on the MACD led to some red and a lot of volume, unfortunately, selling volume. So we're going to have to do one of two things. And this is up to you as to how you want to play it. But if you've been listening to me, you didn't buy up here. You were just sitting back like if he's waiting, I'm waiting. And I know, like one guy said, I saved a lot of lives. I would say continue to wait. And the safest entry point will be this crossing over the yellow line, the white line crossing over the yellow line, the MACD. When that happens, then at least we have momentum and buying pressure on our side. The last time we got a crossover was way back before the big run, way back here. So if you got on the crossover back here, I mean, you made a lot of money clearly. We haven't had a crossover in a long time, and we just got our first cross under. No surprise that we dumped the way it did. So the safest entry point, if you want to get in with the momentum and the buying pressure, would be the crossover to the upside on the MACD. And the numbers for that, let me just give you the numbers: 12, 26, and 4. This is going to be 8 by default or 9. Change it to 4. And just wait for this to cross over. Might be a while. Just to be clear, it's not going to happen right away. Might be a while. We don't know how low this is go. Do not be the one that buys the dip and it just keeps on dipping. So I'm waiting. I'm sitting back. I'm excited. That's why I told you guys, like, I'm a little, I'm going to exercise some caution here. I'm a little indecisive. The market's indecisive. I'm just going to wait. And I'm glad I did, because now I get to buy it at half price or even more. Who knows? It might drop 75%. We don't know if it's going to hold that $10 range, because here's where, let me go to the smaller time frames. Buyers are stepping in at 10 and under. But it's very volatile. So I would say be careful buying the dip, because they keep on dipping. I would give it a little more time. Tomorrow is the stock market is closed tomorrow, no? For the death of the president, former president, I should say, Ronald Reagan. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so tomorrow the stock market is closed. Then we have Friday, I believe. So it's Friday. Either we're gonna bounce big, or we're just gonna continue to tank. It's gonna be very ugly. Yeah, look at that. Just look at my watch list. Red everywhere. No one, even AI stocks, robotic stocks, everyone's dumping. But this is what I mean. The stock market, like, what does it like to do? It likes to go in cycles. Even Bitcoin, it goes in cycles. We go up, we go down, and then we find a bottom somewhere, and then we pump again, and the cycles repeat. Anyone telling you otherwise can, I don't know. They don't have a brain, I guess, at that point. Even penny stocks do the same thing, right? We made a lot of money. If you've been following my penny stock alerts, we made a lot of money on AITX and Sybil stock. Where do we buy them? At the bottom. And then they pump. And then we sell. And then it comes down nice and cheap. And we reload, rinse and repeat over and over again, as long as the bottom holds. If it doesn't hold, we take the small loss. We move on. You abuse that bottom when you find it. Some stocks aren't going to have the bottom right away. You have to wait. Like, where you don't. I've been telling people in the Discord, if you look at a stock, the first thing you should ask yourself, the most important question is it at a bottom? So when you saw it up here at $20 and you asked yourself, is it at a bottom? Well, clearly it's not, because it's the bottom was down there. So it's like immediately you're not interested in the stock, because it's too expensive. It's ran up so much. Now, right now, it's down 50% off. We don't know if this is the bottom. We have to wait for the market to reveal that to us. Buyers have to step in and show us we love RGTI so much that we're willing to throw money at it at $10. And when a lot of people are in agreement at that same price level, you get that kind of price action where we kind of just go sideways. Kind of like back there. It just goes sideways and then eventually everyone gets excited again and we have another boom. And the cycles repeat. That's all there is to it. But again, if you just don't want to use your brain and think, just add the MACD on your chart, and when it crosses over, that's your entry point. Or wait for the bottom to reveal itself. Either or works. That's what I've been waiting for. I've been telling people I'm waiting for momentum to the upside because right now it's just looking too bad. All right, we know the fundamentals, so at this point it's just people are impatient. It's funny, right? I'm talking about patience and discipline and waiting for the bottom, waiting for the cheapies. And guess what? It's dumping right now because people are impatient. Because they heard, oh, it's 30 years away. Well, screw that. I thought this was going to go to the moon today. I thought this was, I thought quantum computing was around the corner and we were going to go to 100, 1,000 today. Woo! And I know some people are mad because he opened his big mouth, but I mean, at least he spoke honestly. At least he was transparent, like my channel is. But hey, this is what we've been looking for the cheapies. But give it a little more time. You don't want to buy the dip and it just keeps on dipping. So wait. But if you want to start adding, like right now, if you just want to start adding a little bit at a time, would not be a bad idea. I mean, you're literally buying it at 50% off. So nearly 50% off. So it wouldn't be a bad idea. But again, I'm going to wait. I got my own strategy. You might have your own. You're just watching my video to see what my opinion is. You do you, right? It's on you to execute, but I already told you my game plan. But for a long, 50% off almost, not a bad, not a bad idea to get some. But don't go big. If you're long, if you're long, if you're just looking to trade it, just wait. Wait for it to find a bottom. And that goes for pretty much every other quantum stock. IonQ, same thing. Like all of these, you just gotta wait for them to bottom out. Wow, QBTS looking like it's finding a bottom. Interesting. We might be bottoming out, guys. I don't know. We'll see. We got tomorrow off, so Friday's gonna be do or die. Are we gonna finally, is this gonna be the bottom, or are we just gonna continue to tank? So that's why I'm saying, like, it's up to you how you want to play it. But $10, 50% off, that to me is a steal. But I have a strategy in terms of my entry point. So I'm waiting for the crossover in the MACD. That's it for the video. And I don't know why people are surprised by this move. Nvidia literally dumped. Look at this huge, the biggest red candle we've seen in a long time. That was a huge red candle. Buyers nowhere to be found. So no one should be surprised that we dumped. Like we were kind of due for it after having such a huge run up. Things don't go up forever, just like things don't go down forever. Quantum computing may not be right around the corner, but it is in the future. Let the stupid people sell. Buy nice and cheap. If you're long, I think the fact that it's 50% off, it's a steal. I'd say go for it and start adding a little bit at a time. Don't lump sum. And that's it. I mean, you're buying it 50% off. You're not a sucker buying at 20, 21, or 18. You were smart enough to watch this video and be like, yeah, I'm going to wait. He's right. Why should I be liquidity for someone else that bought at the bottom when it was at what, 30 cents? All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on through your head. Let me know if I saved you or if you were one of the unfortunate casualties in this massive drop because the NVIDIA CEO opened his big mouth. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people that send some threats to the CEO, like, screw that guy. He's the reason I'm down 50%. If he hadn't talked, we would be going to the moon. But I think we still would have dropped. I mean, this drop on NVIDIA, that's not normal. So that's why I'm saying exercise caution. Don't go in too big. I'll see you guys in the next one.